Hello and welcome everyone to Fabled Productions. I am your host and DM, Fablex. Going around the table, introducing people, starting with Bryn.
Hi, everybody.
And who are you playing, Bryn?
I am playing Serena, my big cat lady, what tackles people with her heavy stuff.
Next in line?
I'm I'm Lunar, and I play the back vector hacker called Marin, who's originally from the ASR, but ended up getting caught in some hacker crime and basically got hired to the group so he could avoid a sentence. He's still getting used to the whole pulse culture thing.
Next?
I'm Ampersand Tild, and I'm playing Liam Arian, the horse vector with a slightly mysterious past. He's a former Pulse athlete who just sort of got dropped from the roster for no obvious reason, and he's trying to find a way back into that through starting with this security company to see if he can get into the upper echelons or something, or find some information on it.
And rounding out the group, I am your road raging micro, Agmaride. And don't be in a chase with me when I'm behind the.
Yes. If people watched the previous episode, they will find out why.
Poor Kyle.
Right.
As a disclaimer, birds were harmed in the making of this game.
Oh dear.
Birds were harmed, drugged, and bound. Full disclosure.
All that by me.
Turns out Roomba's hurt.
I am going to roll a d3 and see who gets to do the recap. Well, Luna.
Oh, me? Alright. So, we were, well, last session we were tasked to do some research on, to meet up with a millionaire, guy who previously tried to shoot. Okay,
It's alright, take your time. If you need a
There's a
prompt.
there's a journal section to help you out.
right, we were here to, interview, we meet up with, Sir. Basically talk about what he originally planned with Carlene Riversong, and he was gonna do some kind of hunting event where athletes would be essentially hunting a bunch of bioweapons and other mutated monstrosities for sport. But apparently the plane got called off, but he turned out not to be a suspect at all, even though one of his bioprobes was able to shapeshift and stuff.
Yeah,
And then we went to spy on Victor Squares. Well, more like staking out his giant skyscraper that was holding some kind of huge meeting because we weren't allowed to go in, and we ran into our friendly victim Kyle, who was who you all know from the last session. Basically, we stalked him. I ended up alerting him by mistake, and we chase him down and stuff.
Purge waved him and hit him with a car.
Yeah,
In that order.
that too.
Like you do.
And then took his
we
stuff.
Yeah,
Drugged him, tied him up, took his stuff, and kidnapped him.
now only we know where he is.
And Serrano is none the wiser.
I spent the entire last session doing paperwork. I was trying to deal with the mess that they made last time, let alone all of that.
Now we have another mess.
That's our
Dear, oh
new
dear. Arguably.
So, remind me, whereabouts did we exactly leave off last time?
We were on our way. We were gonna wait the night in order to, well, depending on the time of day, go see River Song and ask her if she could identify what was in those boxes. That was in Kyle's.
Yes.
Yes, I think I described them as 3 boxes, about like half a foot cubed, steel with like hazard taping on the edges.
What kind of hazard?
Just generic hazard like tape, that sort of striped yellow and black. There's no distinct
Okay, so not
markings
like-
on them.
Not like a radiation or toxic symbol or anything like that.
Just like a hazard stripe tape that's just put across it.
Yeah, there's no defining features on them other than one of them did rattle when you shook it lightly against your ear.
You guys just want to open it?
I'm going to stand on the other side of the room whilst you do so. Don't want to be too close.
Shall we get proper gear to open it? Like,
Yeah, as we don't know what's in it, opening is probably a bad idea because you never know if it's trapped or whatnot.
I mean, yeah, and also it's probably in a steel box for a reason.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't exactly
Alright.
put it in like a lunchbox or something.
Alright, let's go ahead and take it to River Song, see what she has to say about
Is that the general
me.
consensus?
alright, but
good.
when she asks, what sword should we give her? Because, don't know if she's gonna be alright with kidnapping.
it. Just don't tell her that we still have him.
Clearly what happens is that the perpetrators were chased off, but they dropped this.
Actually, you know what? Leave him to me. You guys go see River Song. I have an idea.
Alright.
Poor Kyle.
No. He's in a doctor's care now.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
When did your
Alright.
doctor's license expire?
So, I guess it's up to you, Fable, who you want to do first. Then what they do or what I do.
I'll do what they're doing at the moment, because at the moment he's unconscious and tied up. So I can't imagine he's going to give you that much issue.
He's not going to be staying there long.
Alright, be sure to share some of the profits.
Here, I'll go into the other channel. Go to the other channel so I can't hear what's going on.
I was going to say before we leave, I'm just going to tell him, don't make too much paperwork for me. Don't make too much of a mess.
Oh, if this all goes down badly, you're going to be doing paperwork for the rest of your life, I imagine. That said, you do have plausible deniability, as you were not with us when we kidnapped him, so...
Yeah, but I've signed the
Technically, so
paper.
do I was just trespassing at the time.
Yeah, the thing is, I've signed the paperwork, so even if I wasn't actually there, they've got my name down in writing.
This is true.
I'm getting very concerned for the well-being of Kyle right now.
Yep. That's
Uh,
why we're all putting on a lovely.
It shouldn't be
Shield
too
of-
hard. It shouldn't be too hard to cover it up, as long as he's still in relatively few pieces.
Jesus. Okay, death
Might be
by
easier to cover it up if he's in more pieces.
death
Well, no,
by
because
wood
then you've got
chipper
more
it is.
more mess to deal with. Like if he's like, you know, a little bit of blood because he's lost a limb or two, that's not that bad to clean up and dispose of. But if he's like splattered all over a room, that's going to take a lot longer.
This is true. This is true.
So death by wood chipper is not an option.
I mean, I'm sure a Kinney or two can be fine.
I'm sure I can find somebody who used red as a base coat for their wood chipper and hide that a little bit better.
Even on the insides.
If you've never seen that, look it up. It's funny as hell.
Alrighty, so Serana, is it Serana, Liam, and
Marin.
Merrin going to see Riversong, is that correct?
Indeed.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. So, what time is it again? I forget what time it was when we left off.
I don't remember either, but I believe we were waiting till morning anyway.
True.
Gonna catch up with Saruna.
That would explain why she's filled in as well. Okay. So it's... I'm going to say it's probably... This is a early morning thing to tell her what you found.
Yes. And
So...
get her panic attack upon discovering that we've broken about 20 laws out of the way.
How is it you wish to contact her? Is it as a simple message saying, we need to talk? Or do you just show up?
We'll be in, or we need to talk. Yes.
I assume after I finish the paperwork, I sort of message to be like, right, where am I meeting you guys? Come on.
Capital W, definitely a period, typed perfectly.
Oh dear.
So, whereabouts are you guys meeting Sorona? Are you picking her up from the office on the way? Or...
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, so I say it's probably about 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning when you guys show up at the compound gates. You're let in, you're shown to her office. You've been coming and going for the past couple of days now, so people seem to know who you are.
Yeah.
And as the lift opens into her office, you see a very disheveled Brovine who is got the biggest mug of coffee you've probably ever seen and looks like she hasn't slept.
Oh dear.
Oh, but the lovely condition to be given her this weekend.
She looks up at you and she's, well, you wanted to speak. What is it about? I'm very busy at the moment.
Well, while we're investigating Victor Squares, we came across a very familiar person, Kyle. And while we were tailing him, we ended up chasing him off, and we came across this box that was on his person.
He dropped these, and we kind of need to figure out what's in them. He was spotted going from where Victor is to a gang hideout with a very, very, very large crocodile that I didn't want to mess with, and therefore didn't approach.
She like her facial expression does not change at all through what you tell her. Like, she is just stone faced the whole way through and lets out a humongous sigh at the end and rubs her temples. So let me get this straight. You bumped into Kyle, chased him, and then took what he dropped.
He was also going. Well, we didn't chase him at first. We tailed him and he ended up going to a gang hideout. And
He dropped this after spotting us when he was leaving the gang hideout.
And which gang hideout is this you're referring to?
It was a Deep Bites hideout, and it seemed to be being run by someone named Jerome, a very large, very large crocodile.
Of
Or alligator.
course it
I always get
would.
those confused.
Of course it would. And you brought the box here?
Well, we figured what's inside it might be of some importance.
plus, we probably need some safe facilities to open it up.
Yes, that's probably proof.
She pinches the top of her nose and just sort of rubs her eyes very slowly. Okay. So, do you know what it is in this box? Or is it you want me to find out what's in this box?
We haven't a clue and need to find out what is in these boxes. If I recall, there were 3.
So you want me to open stolen goods?
Not necessarily you, but we need somewhere that we can have them opened.
She...
I don't imagine we would have brought them into the building because that would be kind of stupid.
Oh, thank God.
They're
Okay.
probably in the trunk of the car.
Oh, thank God. At least you got some sense. Okay.
Yes, just bring a picture in to show her this is what we have. We need a way to get these open so we can find out what's inside them without blowing ourselves up potentially.
And you didn't think to, I don't know, bring this up with the police?
Let
Getting the police
let someone else
involved can
explain that.
getting the police involved can get messy very quickly. We thought it might be better to deal with it more subtly.
Yes. That and they like to confiscate things, and we might need this potentially.
I'll tell you what. Go to go down to the medical labs and ask for Mike. And if anyone asks that you didn't hear from me, I do not want this bouncing back on me.
We will
Roger.
do our best to keep it from doing so.
And don't try and open those. If it's from squares, I have no idea what's in them. Probably some TTI bullshit.
There's a good reason we hadn't opened it yet, so thank you for the advice, but we already know what we're doing. Right,
Yes.
should we go meet with our little friend now?
I believe we shall. Thank you very much for your time. Just wanted to keep you appraised of the situation.
Okay, just try not to be too reckless.
Fresh Heart of Valor, of which is my middle name.
I'm sure it is. So, she lets you go. Of course, giving you directions to where medical is, which you probably already know because this is where you escorted the doctor from the first game to.
All right then. So, the doctor was Mike?
No, the doctor had a different name.
Or the doctor that we're looking for is Mike?
So Mike is a different doctor, one who's he's based in medical, but he's one of those doctors who doesn't have a medical degree. Does have a science degree.
He's a doctor of sciences, not a medical doctor. Yeah, that's fine.
Yes.
Let's go find this chap then. We didn't know that, so we're just asking for Matt.
Yes.
Yes, in the medical building, it's set up very much like a hospital, as you would expect for the type of events that she's planning to host.
How big is it?
It's not a massive one. It's more meant for the athletes. It's probably the actual building itself is a good 50 by 60 foot. It goes up probably 10 floors.
Okay, so it's decently sized.
But when you ask, the clerk at the desk, she tells you he's in the basement on the third floor in the basement, which is the lowest the building goes.
All right then.
I'm just going to clarify. There's no security thing to get down there that we can't go through or anything, is there? We're not going to get down there and find out actually we need to call him up.
They they don't let you go down unescorted.
But with an escort we can?
But with an escort they allowed you to go down, and basically they follow you to his door.
That's fine then. We shall request an escort and go down.
Yes.
And when you get to the door of this Mike, it's not your typical surgery door. It's not a door. It looks more like a garage door. But it's in the basement. And when it opens up, you see this rotund mouse vector with big, thick glasses and very messy dreadlocks.
Okay.
And at first impression, his office looks more like a workshop.
I mean, we know he's not a medical doctor, so...
Yes.
I'm going to go up and just be like, right, you must be Mike. We've been sent to talk to you about something.
Ah, yes, that's me, Mike. Mike Delomble. How can I be of service?
We have an item that needs dealing with, and we're advised that you might be the one to help us.
He raises an eyebrow and he's almost getting excited. Like, you get the feel that he's excited by this. So like, oh, mystery item. Oh, shall we have a look?
Is the security escort that we had gone, or are they still at the door?
When the door opened and he greeted you, they promptly left you to him. The main reason they're there is basically stop people wandering around.
Yeah, that's no problem. Okay, so we didn't bring it in with us, so we'll have to tell him that it's out in the car and arrange
Mr.
when would be the easiest way to get it to him subtly. Discreetly, that's the word I was looking for.
Oh, tell you what, there's a garage out back. Back the car in there, and I'll meet you there.
I'll go let you get the
Fantastic.
car.
Alright.
Do we
Sorry?
need to like call the escort back to let
No,
us back
he
out, or can we
will-
just wander out?
He will
You guys probably
lead
don't
you
even need to
out.
leave. I'd just go get the car myself.
Okay. Well, if he's going to meet us there anyway, there's no reason not for all of us to go.
Yeah, like
And that way, the clerk at the door sees us all leave, so they're not under any awareness that we're still here. So
Right.
True.
yeah.
okay, so we make our way out. I want to thank the clerk for their time and for whatever.
As you
Try and
bring
keep
the
it polite.
yeah, she smiles and sort of waves you off. She's a little dolphin vector, probably here on an internship. As you bring the car around the back, part of the wall opens up, and you see Mike opening up the door and waving you in. And it's this.
Let the car in.
Yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze to get the car in because it's a tiny little garage thing.
I've got a pointed pilot if that matters, and a boon.
I'm not going to make you check for that. It's not like you're trying to drift around a corner, unless you
Check
want
for
to.
it.
Unless you want to drift
check
in.
For it. Check for it and see if you scratch the paint at all.
Tokyo Drift.
I don't know. Are you trying to be discreetly, or are you going to handbrake screech your way into it?
No, like I said, it's just to see if he scratches the paint or if he gets it in perfectly.
Okay, make me
Go full
a.
Galaxy Quest on it.
Give me a difficulty 1 operate. Is it operate or pilot? No, pilot.
I imagine that would be body exert.
I would say yes, unless you could argue anything else. Well, with flying colours.
Perfectly straight.
Perfectly centered. Well done.
They will speak of your ability to drive a car for years to come.
Well, I'm impressed. Last time I tried to park, I took off so much paint off the side.
Oops.
It's all right. It wasn't mine.
Oh,
Oh, it's fine then. I'm sure it's fully comped.
oh.
Yeah, and Mike then has a little trolley with a set number of like panels on the side that he moves off. This little garage you're in is so small, like it would be hard for someone to watch what you're doing without them being in the room with you.
Yes. That necessitated I backed the car in so the trunk is facing the back wall.
Yeah, everyone get out fine. Perhaps Serana needs a little help getting out because of how tight and narrow it is.
It's all right. I'll stay in the car and just lean out the window because we're only passing this box over to him.
Didn't know if you were climbing out the back or something.
Too much of a scramble. I'll stay. Keep myself looking a little bit more professional.
Just sat in the car, sat in the garage. Completely normal. So, basically, after a little time, he's wheeled, with you guys still following him, I'm assuming, he's wheeled the cart back into his garage, back into his workshop. And he picks up one of the boxes and puts it on his table. And he starts inspecting it. He's like, ooh, what's this? Where'd you get this from?
We'd prefer not to say.
Okay. So, what can you tell me about it?
It's come from a place of ill repute, and we need to know what's inside of it. Other than the caution tape and it's a steel box, we know nothing about it.
He picks up the box again and sort of jostles it a little bit in his hand as if to test the weight. And he can hear it rattling. Like, now that you're inside, the rattling's more pronounced because there's no outside noises. And he sort of rotates the box, which is making the rattling even more pronounced. And he sort of this time he's mumbling into himself, like, yes, fascinating. Oh, why is that there? I wonder what that is. Alright, let's get this open. And he puts it down and gets a little knife out and slowly scorns down one of the hazard tape sides. Almost.
Okay.
Does anyone have enhanced sense of smell?
I do not.
I think someone did.
It's the one that's not with us.
Yeah.
I think it's.
Ah. Okay. So, as he continues to scorn down the side of this, he then gets a little file out and tries to wedge it in and pop off the lid. And as he gets a good about half a centimetre of it open, can people give me a perception check?
I'm still waiting in the car, so I don't get to.
Mind perception or body perception?
Body perception.
Okay. And what difficulty?
I'm going to say difficulty 2 for this.
All right.
Well,
I noticed
Liam's just on fire today. Anyone else? Oh,
Oh,
no, no. Oh, yes. So, Liam and Marion, you immediately see this pink gas start leaking out of this box. And Mike starts coughing profusely as he inhales some of it.
I will
I'm gonna
immediately
immediately bolt.
I'm gonna look for the first sign of since this seems to be a laboratory of some kind of emergency ventilation system.
Give me a perception check again. Body perception, difficulty 1. Because there is a lot of bits and pieces in this place. And if you're just bolting for the door, I'm not going to make you check for that. It's a door.
Yeah.
Jeez, I am on fire.
Yeah, you can see there's a little lever near the door that's just got it's one of those you just pull down and it's just got a set of fan symbols by it.
I will bolt forward and grab it.
At that point, the whole room is filled with the sound of fans spinning up, and this gas is pulled upwards and sucked into the vents. Despite the gas now dissipating, Mike hasn't stopped coughing. He's coughing quite badly and has actually started to cough up some blood.
Oh dear. It's poison gas.
So, where's the nearest other doctor? Because
Ah.
ours is in the other building.
Yeah, yours is like 4 or 5 streets away.
Alright, so I'm gonna call Saruna and say, we found out what's in the box, and it's poison gas.
I'm just going to make a quick endure save for Mike
Or
here.
it's producing poison gas.
No, roll is not spelled with a double O.
No, it is.
Yeah. Nope. The blood is getting quite, it's almost drooling out his mouth now. If you're going to try and look for a doctor, it's going to take you probably a good part of like a 10-minute, but you can definitely find one. What are you
Sure.
doing
Be
about
a
the
good
box?
idea.
It's no longer releasing this gas, but it is still on display.
Well, it's on display in what I would imagine is a closed garage.
True, but if you're bringing a doctor down to him,
I'd say close the trunk of the car, but then if it lets off more gas, it's now locked in the car with Saruna.
well, sucks to be Saruna.
What's going on?
Saruna, this is Marina.
You should probably exit my car right now.
Can't really fit very well.
Well, fit and survive are two different things.
Okay, I'm gonna squeeze out as best I can. It takes me a really long time, and I think I dinked up the door.
Yeah, there's now just...
does not care as much about the door as not killing his coworker.
Yeah.
Yeah, turns out there was poison gas in the box.
Oh, okay. We should probably not be here anymore.
The
Yeah.
ventilation system's running. We are, however, going to lock it in the car so that when the doctor comes down to find Mike, or to help Mike, he doesn't see what it is.
Okay.
Oh god, it's only gonna make us look like murderers.
Okay. Does anyone know that we're down there with Mike?
No.
Mike,
Mike.
Probably
Why
for song, but she's not
Why don't-
even out of it.
Why don't we just, leave?
Yeah.
and leave Mike to die?
If nobody knows we did it, it's not our problem.
I mean,
I don't have to do any paperwork.
Ethical problem.
I don't have to do any paperwork if there's
So,
no evidence.
Allow me to put this into perspective. River Song
We're
sends
not-
you to see Mike, then Mike turns
Yeah.
up dead.
Yes, that's a bad
Yeah, that's
idea.
what I'm trying to get at.
We aren't the Empire. We don't need to kill every lead we get.
Fine, okay, we'll save the stupid doctor guy, whatever.
Wait, I'm surprised he even bothered with a mask. I mean...
Yeah, I was thinking that. Why didn't we put on masks before we did this? Why was there no personal protective equipment available?
Because the idiot doctor.
He's a doctor of science, not of health.
Yes, he's a doctor of science. You put this in you put something like this in a little ventilated bin thing. You put on mask and gloves and all this in case it sprays acid.
Out of character for a moment, but high and low whiz.
Yeah, definitely high and low whiz.
Yeah.
There's a reason he's kept in the basement and not allowed to operate on patients.
I mean, if he doesn't have a medical degree, he shouldn't be operating on patients anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a quack. Oh wait, I actually have some excuse that could be used. I mean, I mean, if as long as River Song doesn't say anything about it, we can always just say that he was not practicing proper medical procedures and he just opened a box and died.
Yes, but they're still going to question what the box was and why we had it, where it came from, and there's a lot of things we don't want to answer in that question.
There's a lot of questions that are going to come up anyway because everyone saw us leave and then suddenly we're in the basement again.
Yes. Very much so. Either
This
way,
has gone sideways.
So fast.
this hasn't gone sideways. This has gone full on upside down.
It be gone tits up.
Yes. Pear shaped even. Very pear shaped. We got a round
Okay, so-
mouse.
Okay, so what are we doing? Where are we at? Has someone found someone yet? Are we finding someone? What's going on?
So you've hit the crates in the car. You gone to get a doctor, I heard?
Yes.
So Marin's gone to get the doctor. I've
Yeah.
hit the crate in the car and gotten Saruna out of the car.
Where is everyone going? Or are you just waiting? You're just watching Mike just cough to death?
Could I make a roll to see if I know what the proper position for somebody in an emergency would be in terms of first aid?
I'm assuming that would be. I have to remind myself what they all. Medicine, I'm guessing. If you would know it, I'd say mind exert medicine.
That's what I was thinking. And what would you think the difficulty for that would be? For basic first aid as a security guard?
I'm going to say difficulty 1 because you should know it, but a lot of people learn it and then forget about it because it never comes up.
I do not know it.
Oh, well, there goes your star power. No, you do not know how to put someone in the position.
So I am going to put him in a position that's hopefully going to be not drowning him in his own blood.
Do it face up.
So, like, recovery position is like on their back with their like head tilted really far forward, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you can always check to see if you know it.
I trust people. It's fine.
I think Sorona wants
God,
him to
poor
die.
Mike. Oh, poor Mike.
I honestly don't think Serena like knows anything to do with that sort of stuff.
So,
Guess I'll roll to find a doctor.
She knows how to hurt people, how to do paperwork, and how to talk. That's about it.
For our viewers out there, we've gotten this spectacularly wrong. The correct position is on their side with one arm under their head.
so yes, moving on. You do get hold of a doctor, and a medical team is rushed in. Out of curiosity, who is hanging around, or are you all making yourself scarce by hiding in the cupboards?
I mean, after I let the doctor know, I'm probably gonna make scarce.
I'm gonna hang around because I don't think I would fit in that cupboard.
I'm gonna hang around because it's my car that he's sitting or that he's laying behind right now, and that's probably gonna implicate me either way.
That's fair. They turn up. They literally put him on a stretcher and take him out. They seem more preoccupied in getting him better, and why is he coughing up so much blood?
Which, of course, I will answer any questions they ask as to why he's coughing up blood and what the basics of what happened.
Why is he coughing up blood? They ask.
I'm going to chime in to say we don't know. When I came down here to talk to him about some private issues between the two of us, I found him on the floor coughing like that.
I guess I'm gonna see if I
It
can
seemed like
try
he
to...
inhaled something, so I hit the ventilation or the emergency ventilation system just to be sure.
Whatever it is seems to have dissipated because none of us seem to have been affected, but we have no idea what the hell happened to him.
We don't know what it was.
Idiot's probably soldering again without a face mask. Alright, cheers.
Right, okay, let's get gone.
Go,
And
move.
then, hopefully now that that box has vented its poisonous gas, we can have a little peek inside, but we'll wear proper face protection to avoid breathing anything in if there is anything in.
Do you want me to go into security and move footage of us leaving with them?
If you wouldn't mind.
Sure.
So, what other laws of my party broke today? Hacking security protocols.
Again, no paperwork if there's no evidence.
Yes.
Essentially manslaughter.
No paperwork, no evidence.
Surely it's the other way around, right?
Well, yeah, it's no paperwork if no evidence, is what I mean.
Yes.
No evidence, no paperwork, yeah.
So, when you bring your attention back to the car, the entire inside is pink.
Okay, so the gas wasn't done venting.
It looked like whatever movement it had, the movement had obviously stirred it back up again. And it's not like a shade of pink, it's like a block pink through the windows, and you can see it sort of seeping through the gaps a little bit.
Well, it's a good thing the ventilation system's still going. I just put the key in or pulled the key fob out, stand back from the car, and press unlock twice and hold it so that all the windows roll down.
I'll
That way we
walk.
can vent the car through the ventilation system again.
Does anyone cover their mouth or their nose?
Yes,
We're all,
we are going to get
standing
past,
quite a way back.
stand back from the car and let the ventilation system deal with it.
So there's this like explosion of pink gas which is immediately sucked up. None of it really gets to you guys, but the whole room suddenly smells like cotton candy.
I'm going... Alright, I guess I'll walk back to the grotto, whatever it is. If I can find it.
Walk.
The car's a lost cause, let's walk.
Yes.
That said, once we find, or if we can find personal protective equipment in this shop, which should be full of it, it might be prudent to take a look at the box before we go.
Oh yeah, he's got a
In
couple
this
of
safer environment.
he's got a couple of face masks and even full body hazard biohazard suits.
Okay, someone who can fit into the biohazard suit, put that shit on and check out that box before we...
All tailored for a overweight mouse vector.
Well, I imagine with some interesting positioning, I could probably squeeze myself into it uncomfortably enough to have something protecting my front.
I guess since I'm the closest to a normal size vector, I can fit in one.
Yeah, but you got the whole wings thing going on.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I can at least put my hands through the sleeves and just hang out the back of the suit, or have the front of the suit hang over my front, with my head in the helmet partially.
So
You know, I should have hired someone who was normal.
why am I having Shrek 2 flashbacks?
Somebody once told me.
I am, of course, going to take every single precaution I possibly can as I'm opening this. But I'm going to peek into the box.
So inside the box is this little black sphere that every now and then is giving this puff of the pink gas. But also inside it is two boxes, one in red and one in green. And they're like little, almost like a lever, an artificial lever.
Ooh, fancy, clever.
Okay.
And inside them are vials.
I will, of course, be using tools to open these, not actually reaching my hand in.
Yeah, he's got like tongs and everything everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, inside of these vials, and well, each one has one vial, and the vial inside the red box is this pearlescent viscous fluid that's bubbling, but it's cold to the touch. In the green box is this deep, dark purple colour, and it is very hot to the touch, but doesn't burn. It's just incredibly uncomfortable to touch.
Is there any identifying labels?
None, other than on like the stopper on the top of them. It's got like a seal, which like a melted wax seal that's coating the stopper,
Okay.
and it's the picture of a square that's cracked down the center, and there's a single snake head poking out of it.
Okay. I
A
assume
living
that's not the
snake?
Deep Bites logo.
And it's on both of them.
So that doesn't help.
Well, it's a clue to look into. We can see if anyone recognises this.
I will indeed get pictures of both, or of both vials.
Okay, but we're not showing the actual pictures. We're showing just that icon.
Yes.
Super zoomed in so you can't see anything else.
No, just like pull up like a whatever the equivalent of paint is on a toggle, and just draw it out like over the top, and then delete the layer underneath so that it's just the icon.
And we should have the color of what the stuff was. Though not necessarily show the vial, just like have a paint match in the editor and use that as the background.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sounds good.
as I said, one was a very deep dark purple, the other one's a pearlescent colour.
Can't really pearlescent on a screen.
It's almost like a very light pink, but every now and then it shifts into shades of reds, purples, blues, and then back to a very light pink.
Anyway, okay, so what do we want to do from here?
Let's get in touch with our doctor. Maybe you'll know a bit more about this.
Do you take the little ball as well?
Is there any way we can, like, seal it up and carry it safely?
I imagine there's tape in the lab somewhere we could seal it again.
You can either give me a engineering or a sabotage roll to try and stop it.
Ooh.
Oh, I can do that.
Oh wait, I don't got this.
Wait. Oh, shit. I don't have protection.
I mean, you could hold your
I got
breath.
I can get this.
Okay, I'll try it then. Here goes.
I've still got the suit if I just have tape. I can give this a shot.
Alright, I'll let you do it first.
What would the difficulty for
Uh,
body
I'd say
exert tape be?
body exert engineering difficulty. I'm gonna say because you don't know what this is. I'm gonna say difficulty 3.
Okay. And I'm going to use my boon to re-roll that 2.
Nope.
That didn't help.
Well, on the
6,
plus
we're
side, you
gonna
didn't make
go
it
with that.
worse.
No, I didn't.
Instead of spraying
Let's
it straight up, it's now spraying it sideways.
Use 1 focus point to re-roll the 4. Actually, I can't get that to 12 anymore. Even if that's an 8, that brings it to 10.
Yeah, unless you want to blow 2 points to re-roll that 1, or just
You
let
can't
let
re-roll a
someone.
die that's been re-rolled already.
Oh yeah, forget about that.
Yeah, I can't bring it up to 12.
Want to let anyone else have a go at it?
Sure.
I'm going to.
I'll find the biggest pair of gloves, goggles, and a mask that I can for him.
Yeah.
Same check again. Body exert engineering difficulty 3.
Can I use sabotage or?
Sabotage this if you want.
All right. It's body exert, so. And I'm gonna use one of the boon for that, and I'm gonna have to blow a focus point too. Gonna reroll the 2. All right.
Ooh.
So 4 plus 4 plus 3 equals 11.
Ooh.
Yeah, I can actually do it. Right?
Yeah, if you bump up the 4, yeah, you can do it. You've got it.
All right. I do that then.
So you go at it with was it you duct tape? Is it you were going at it with?
Yeah.
So you just eventually, by the time you're done, it's just a ball of duct tape. You've completely encased it twice in duct tape, and it seems to be working. Like it's very, very slowly expanding, but it's not letting any of the gas out yet.
All right.
Yet is a troublesome word.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you use that new spandex duct tape, but I don't know how well that works.
Does anyone have a box or at least a rubber glove that we can put it in, or a balloon?
It's a steel box. Is there a welder in this building?
Yeah,
Let's
there's
just weld the fucker shut.
yeah. You're in a workshop. He's got a couple of welding tools.
And I
Oh, wait,
actually
this
know how
might
to
be
weld
flammable
things too.
gas. Get to the end and end
But,
up with a
okay.
flamethrower. That'd be bad.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get out of this first.
Someone get a sample from the car of the pink stuff and see if it's flammable. If it's not, we can weld it.
All the pink stuff has been sucked up into the vents.
Oh, it has fully vented from the car now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we already sealed the box.
All right, let's just duct tape the box and hurry over there.
Duct tape the box to the roof of the car. If it starts leaking, it's away from us.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, we'll just have an expanding ball of duct tape taped to the roof of the car. That sounds like a great plan for discretion.
If it starts spewing pink smoke, people will just think that's why it's there.
And then everyone starts choking to death.
It's outside. It won't be that concentrated.
That is fair. Like, this is a very enclosed space you're in.
Yes.
Plus, Mike also had his face right next to it, whereas you guys have kept it at arm's length for the most part.
Right, okay, so duct tape it to the car and let's get going, and then we can switch over and see what happens on the other side of town.
Yeah.
Better option. Use something to wedge the trunk just a little bit open. Hold the trunk closed with whatever tie down we can find. Have all the windows in the car down.
Okay,
But you're not with us.
It's taped to the top of the car. Deal with it.
I chose a very convenient time to call you all on my toggle, and I hear something about something in a car.
We have we found out what's
Anything
inside the
poison.
box, and it's poison gas.
It's poison gas and a sphere that makes more poison gas.
Also,
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did you go? Okay. Is it anyone?
Just some incompetent quack who tried to open it up for us. He didn't
And-
wear a mask and he choked on it.
He might be dead now. We don't know yet. We're trying to find a way to recontain this and get it out of the building.
So far, we duct taped it and taped it to the roof of the car, and we're gonna try to meet up with you. So you maybe you have a better idea what to do with it.
We might want to do this quickly because it seems to be pressurizing.
Yeah.
What? Jesus Christ! All right. What are the effects of the gas?
We don't know, but it seems to make you start coughing up blood, and it seems bad.
Respiratory distress.
For all we know, after 10 minutes, it could just make you explode. We don't know. We just know that he breathed some of it in, started coughing up blood, and then he got carted off. So
Yes. And then we, with the best of our abilities and tools on hand, recontained it in a ball of duct tape, and we're going to be on our way.
Okay. One of you take a sample of the gas.
It's already contained in a ball of duct tape. We'll have to do that when we get out. In a very well ventilated garage, preferably.
Okay. Let's see. I'll see what I can do when I meet up with you all to identify.
Right. So, other side of town.
We are
What
going
ex-
to hastily, but without breaking any laws, drive back
Other side of town.
on side roads.
What have you
Ideally.
done with poor Kyle?
So-
The-
No.
Yeah.
This is what I was up to.
yes.
So, I took him to the hospital.
Okay.
I took him to the hospital, and using my quirk, I'm a doctor. I put myself in charge of his care. And so, after I show them my credentials, I do they buy my, like, I'm actually a medical, I was a combat medic and I have the medical training. I'm going to let him wake up in a nice bed, feeling safe and protected.
Okay. So,
So what?
sorry, go on.
I was going to say, what's he start doing as soon as he wakes up?
He looks confused. Like, he's looking around, trying to make sense of where he is.
Oh, good, you're awake. I'm glad to see that you're finally up and at him. A good Samaritan dropped you off at our front door at this clinic. We've been trying to find out what happened to you. Looks like you had a nasty run-in, was it one thing or another? You got some bruises and pretty nasty bump on your head. What's your name?
Kyle. Kyle, where am I?
You're at a hospital. You're got taken into the ER. You appear to went through the ringer when you were brought in. Do you have somebody that we should contact to tell you where you are?
Uh, where's my toggle?
Oh, we found your toggle still on you. It's over there. It's over on the bedside table.
He relaxes a little bit when he sees it is there. He picks it up, flicks through a few things, then sort of closes it again, and he just looks at you, rubbing his head. Victor Squares. He's my employer.
Why does that name sound familiar? Who is he again?
Big stockholder for TTI.
Oh, one of those really rich bigwigs that's shit around here. Okay. Anyways, besides your toggle, we didn't find anything else on you. Is there anything else that we should be on look?
He pauses for a minute. Wait, what do you mean you didn't find anything else on me? I had a bag full
I
of.
mean, well, when you were dropped off, all that was on you was like like your personal stuff, your toggle, and not much else.
He has this panic look in his eyes.
Whoa, whoa, calm down, calm down. I'm sure what's wrong?
I nothing. I just I need to get back. I need to get hold of my employer.
I mean, your toggle's there. Can't you call him on it?
I don't have his number on there. It's on my other toggle. This. Can I go?
Not quite yet. We still need it. We're still doing some final checks to make sure you're good to go. Anyway, maybe we can send someone into the area that you came from. What's the last thing you remember?
I remember running. I remember a car. And then the floor.
Well, you seem to be worried.
Sorry.
Let's go back then. You seem to be remembering though something about something that you lost. What? Let's go back with that. What was the last thing you concisely remember? Take me back half a day. It'll help me discern like how good your mental state.
You can tell he's picking his words very carefully as he's taking a brief pause. I was leaving his office to collect confidential office equipment. And that was when I started to be chased.
Now, I'm gonna have to answer this honestly, but guessing where we were told that you were found, that's some gang territory out there. Are you in trouble with any of the gangs?
I no, no, uh, not in trouble. I tend to keep my distance from them. It's just the equipment I was ordered to get was just happened to be in the location. We have a warehouse around there.
Well, could it be whatever you lost is at the warehouse?
I hope so. or I'm in trouble.
No, this is mainly an exercise to see if your memory is still intact and how much damage there was possibly done. Remember that bump I mentioned earlier? You got hit pretty hard. I just want to see if there's any short-term memory.
Okay. Am I able to go now?
Yes, you should be free to go now. I just need next of kin and any other possible information, so in case something does happen, we know who to call. And I'll leave you my toggle number just in case you get some kind of secondary symptom.
Okay, yeah, sure. He will give you a name and number of Daryl, who he claims is his brother.
All right, let me just check if this number works really quickly. I call the number on my toggle.
It rings, and someone picks up. Yeah, Daryl here.
Hi, Daryl. This is Agner. I'm a doctor down at one of the clinics. Your friend, Kyle, was giving you as his contact information since he was admitted to the hospital.
There is a distinct pause in the conversation before you hear, yeah, I know Kyle. Is he all right? What happened?
Yeah, not really sure. He came in with some bumps and bruises, but we just want to get in contact with somebody so they could come and pick him up. And I just want to introduce myself as the doctor that I was caring.
All right, all right, all right. Make sure he doesn't leave. I'm on my way now.
All right, I'll let him know. All right, Kyle. Looks like your friend's on his way to pick you up, so you don't need to pay you don't need to pay that cab fare on the way home.
Kyle looks uncomfortable still, but seems to relax just a little bit. And after about 10-15 minutes, you get a larger avian vector with a who definitely looks older than Kyle, but definitely you can see the family resemblance, who pokes his head in.
I assume you're Daryl.
Yes, I'm Daryl. Can he go now?
Sure thing. I just wanted somebody to take him home. Didn't want somebody driving with post.
Yeah, sure. Cheers. Thanks. Come on, Kyle. We should go. And at that point, yeah, the pair of them disappear rather sharpish.
All right.
And do you
That's
watch?
right.
Sorry,
Go for it.
I was going to ask. Do you watch where they go, or do you just let them be?
I'm gonna walk under their car as he's helping Kyle. Daryl's helping Kyle into the car, and climb on from the undercarriage.
Okay. So you are clinging on as they drive off. And you notice that they are driving. Oh, I should have. Bloody hell! Just bang my head. Probably make you have a. Can you give me a body athletics check, difficulty 2, to remain holding on as the vehicle goes into motion?
Sure thing. Got him.
with ease. So, as the car pulls away, you notice it's not heading towards the residential area. In fact, parts of the streets you can see slowly are becoming a bit more familiar as you've been here before. You're at that expo tower again. As the car
Oh, interesting.
as the car pulls into the underground car parks, car parking spaces that you saw where Carl came out before. The car pulls up into a darkened corner. The pair get out, and the conversation you hear them having is basically, the boss is going to kill you. Oh Christ, yeah, he is. That was expensive. I lost. What was it again? Oh, chemicals. The boss wanted to try some mixing agents, and at that point they walk out of earshot as they go up into the lifts.
Now, just for my own knowledge, am I inside the compound or am I outside the compound?
You are inside. You are underneath the compound. You are inside the underground car parking area.
I'm gonna call Marin really quickly.
Ring, 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 ring.
This is when I ring back into the conversation. So, whatever agent you all released, it's a precursor. It's a mixing agent of some sort. I don't know what for, but that's what I heard in the conversation. Once we get a chemical analysis, I'm going to see what possibly is. My recommendation is get the ball at least to Riversong so her people can analyze it. Well, I try not to get spotted. By the way, Marin, can you hack something remotely if I'm here?
Hacking something remotely. Right now I can. Right now I have to use my laptop to hack. I don't have the surgery to do remote hacking.
Alright, because I'm inside the Victor Square's building. I'm in the parking garage. Don't ask how, I just am.
Damn.
You need a distraction to get out.
No, I think I can manage getting out just fine. It's more so trying to take advantage of the fact that I'm in here already.
Are you trying to be quiet with your conversation, or are you just talking normally?
This is by text.
Ah,
Do I hear any other people in the parking deck?
you definitely hear heavy boots walking around. From you can't if you're hiding under the car, you can't really see them properly, but you get the idea that it is security because it's big, heavy boots, all black trousers. The distinct sound of like weapons being handled.
Can I wait for an opening to try and get inside the car?
The car is parked like in a darkened corner, so you could use the side that's against the wall, that's away from everyone else. However, it is locked, so you would have to try and open it without setting the alarm off.
Can I see inside?
Can you? How tall are you?
I'm a micro, so not that tall unless I climbed on something. So I can't see anything. Okay.
I mean, if you want to try and climb up, you can, but there's a chance that people will spot you. Is that a risk you're willing to take?
Sure, I'll take that risk.
So give me a stealth roll of sorts. Try and remind myself how stealth works. Difficulty 2.
Sweet.
Body exert, I would assume.
I'm going to use a focus point on that.
Oof.
Hey.
Sorry, give me a brief moment to remember how sneaking works.
If you re-rolled both, that'd be 2 focus points.
That's fine.
Is there a thing for, like, passive stealth? Or is that not a thing in this system? I forget.
It's not a thing. It's basically versus their perception check.
Okay, fair enough. Let's have them make a perception check then.
If you wanted to do a passive perception thing, it could always just be 10 plus their score.
Yeah, that'll be easier. Yeah, you pass easily. Looking inside the car, there's nothing really of note. It's just a lot of stuff, like discarded drinks cans, cigarette packets, fast food wrappers. Imagine it probably doesn't smell very nice in there because of the state it's in.
Anything like an ID card or anything I could use?
Give me a perception check, difficulty 2, because there is a lot of knickknacks and junk in there.
That's body perceive?
Body
Or mind
perceive.
perceive?
Body perceive plus your body exert, I believe it is. Is that correct?
Yeah, if it's perceive, it's your perceive or your perceive sets the difficulty, and then your exert is the add-on.
Sorry.
Alright.
You bumping that up? Or re-rolling?
Yes. There we go, that gets me my 12.
Perfect. So, there is, hanging out the glove box, you can see what looks like a set of key cards.
I'm not.
Sorry?
I'm not confident in my sabotaging abilities if I have to break this open.
It depends if you feel like you can outrun the guards.
Well, I'm pretty sure none of them can lift me.
Lift and drag are 2 different things.
Hey, Merritt, any advice on on getting access into the car?
Getting access into a car. You mean like getting inside or trying to start it up?
getting inside.
What do I know about that? Is there a way I can roll to give him advice for that?
I would
You
say
probably know that most modern cars, if you don't open it with the key fob nearby, it'll set the alarm off.
Yeah, but this is a
If you
future
use
car
the
and we're
key.
trying to.
I would probably say give me a mind exert sabotage to try and think or remember how you might get around the alarm system.
Alright.
Difficulty 2.
Alright.
Yeah, you know that, yes, whilst if the car is opened forcibly without a key fob nearby, it will set the alarm off. But there's normally a portion on the underside of the carriage that isn't known on this particular model of car to have amazing security, which is the part that leads into the electricals. So you could just turn off for security by yanking a load of wires out.
I am all game for that.
To be fair, that
Commencing
works on
wire
most
yank.
modern cars too.
Sorry, sorry, what was that?
That works on most modern cars too. Disconnect the horn and there's nothing to go off.
Yeah.
The horn and the lights.
Commencing wire yank.
So, with the guidance, I'm going to lower this from a difficulty 2 to a difficulty 1 sabotage. Body exert.
Is
Ooh.
Yikes.
I'm really glad I took an hour. Took an hour between.
You
You
re-rolling
have 2
anything?
points left to re-roll that one.
I'll just use. Wait, I need to use 2 points to re-roll that.
If it's a 1, yes. And that
Oh.
was the D10 you got the 1 on, so. Or if you have a boon, it's only 1 point.
Okay, yeah, I'll use my boon.
Yeah, so you use your boon to bump the 1 to a 2, which then allows you to spend focus to re-roll
1.2.
it.
Yes.
That's just barely enough.
Yep, that is exactly what you need. So, yeah, it takes you a little bit of time to get the panel off. You actually get it stuck at one point, and that's what makes you panic a little bit because it's stuck, it's hanging off, it's quite obvious that it's hanging out, and then with a little bit of force, you pull it out and you just grab all the wires, give them a good yanking, and you hear a distinct click as the doors unlock.
I'm going to enter in through the side that they can't see me in and quickly grab those keys and get back under the car.
Yeah,
Do I see anything else while I'm in there of use?
There's so the first thing that you notice is, as said, it stinks of fast food and cigarette ash. You get the key cards, and just behind the key cards is a weapon that's just left in the glove compartment.
What kind?
It is, now let me get its proper wording quick. You find a surefire pistol.
Surefire. Interesting. I'll have to look up that card in a minute. But, I'm going to put on a latex glove and grab that and put that in my belt.
Do you close the door? Well, I should hope you close the
Yes,
door.
yes. I put everything back the way it was.
Yeah, you close the door, you slide the panel back in as best you can. It's clearly been tampered with because it's not as tight as it was, but at a cursory glance, it looks like everything as it should. So what's your next move for other than hiding under the car?
I'm just gonna wait here till they drive out.
I imagine they're going to notice the key cards are missing.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly the weapon. You might not want to be under the car when they do that.
How far is it from me to the door?
It's not super far from the car. Actually, it's really close to the door the way they've parked. It's the way they've parked. If you peek round the corner that is hiding in, it's literally looking at the ramp up into the street.
That offer for a distraction is still available.
No, I got this. Tell me when the next car goes by.
So you wait probably 30 minutes before a van starts up somewhere in the compound, and you see this large black van moving towards the exit where you're hiding.
As it passes, I'm gonna run alongside its wheels, under it, and get under and behind it.
Are you trying to be discreet about this, or?
Yes, like as it passes the car that I'm hiding under, like as minimal time, like from under that car to under the other car. It's going at parking lot speed.
Yeah, so it's not going stupid fast. There are still guards around, so give me a difficulty 1 stealth check. And this will be the
I
last one. Sorry?
Considering I'm a micro, I get to simplify that to a 0.
Oh, fair enough then. So yeah, because it's a moving vehicle and it's a big, loud van sort of vehicle as well.
Oh, you are very
Wow.
Oh no!
Nobody fucking knows a thing.
Why is that shadow moving? Have you been drinking again, Steve?
We did the camera's. There's a smudge on the camera.
You know that
Wow,
the one
you are
guard
the
that
night.
happens to be looking at you happens to sneeze at the exact time that you run across. The stars align. No one knows you were ever there.
I feel like I could have nicked somebody's lunch money on the way out with it.
Stolen someone's lunch money from their own mother before they had a chance to give it to the son.
Oh,
Yeah, and you are gone. You are into the streets.
Okay, it's like it finally get on the phone. Like, okay, I can talk again. By the way, Mary and I have some cards for you to work on.
ooh.
Also, I'll join you back up at Riversong's office. So I assume that's where you all are taking the catalyzing gas.
Yes, bring the stolen items that are now known to be very, very poisonous into an enclosed building without an emergency air supply or air ventilation system. That's a great idea.
Just wait, do we have
And
Riversong's
implicate our
phone?
boss in the process.
Do we have Riversong's phone?
You've got her phone number.
Yes.
But she
Give
wants
her a
something to
ring.
do with this.
She said she didn't want anything to do with this.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, well. Alright, guess I'm doing the analysis. Meet me back at the warehouse with that used to have Kyle. I'll explain things there.
I mean, we can always wait for Mike to maybe get up and have him examine it, and
Wait,
maybe
who's
get
Mike?
We don't know he's going to survive.
Are you guys?
Yeah.
How far away did you guys drive, or have you drove all the way back to where Kyle's being held?
Yeah, I'm driving. We're driving to where Kyle's being held, or where he was being held.
Perhaps we should get a burner toggle and use that to give them the numbers so that we can tell, or they can tell us if Mike is okay. That way, we haven't necessarily lost a potential contact for this.
Hold on, put me on screen. Do any of you guys have a video feed?
I imagine with a modern smartphone we would,
Yeah.
or the equivalent
Okay.
of a modern smartphone.
Alright, put me on video. Let me see this guy. Let me see Mike.
I turned the video feed on my glasses.
Mike is not here.
Yeah.
Oh, where is he?
He's being taken care of by other doctors that are probably more competent than him.
I thought you were about to say more confident than me and be extremely insulted.
No,
Trust me, your
we know.
confidence is not in question. His is.
Yeah.
Can you show me did you take a video of what was happening to him?
No.
Damn. Just alright, describe to me the symptoms. Maybe I can figure out what it was. Now that I know it was a catalyzing agent of some sort.
Immediately coughing blood.
Anything else?
A lot of coughing blood.
Can I do a science check / medical check?
From
I will, of
just
course, describe what was in the thing to him in as much detail as I can.
yeah.
What color was the gas? What color was the gas?
Pink.
Pink.
Okay, there ain't many things that are pink.
It was
um
coming out of a black spear.
Can you show me a picture of the sphere?
I did take pictures.
yeah, you did do that.
Send them to me.
I send all of the unedited pictures to him. Over, I imagine Baron can set us up a secure line so that no one can intercept this.
Yes.
Private WhatsApp.
Alright, given all that,
And
can I make some kind of roll to try and identify what this might be?
Do you have workings with TTI?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to slash this difficulty test in half then. Can you give me a mind science check at difficulty 2?
Coming right up. Mind exerts. I'm really glad I just got a 3 in that last session. Mother! Okay, yeah. I'm gonna... Actually, what I can do is take a nap, since... I'm gonna take an hour-long nap and then come back to this.
What,
well, keep in
right
mind
now?
we're currently driving around with this thing on the car.
Well,
We
it's
don't
either
know
that or I
whether
don't...
it's going to explode.
Well, I need an hour-long nap to recharge my focus, my inner focus, so to speak.
I don't think the tape is going to last an hour.
Yeah, by now it's sort of swollen from the size of a tennis ball to about that of a bowling ball.
That's quite big.
Can I ride on the roof of the car? Oh, wait. No, the thing's on top of the roof.
Can I make a check of some kind to tell if there is somewhere that would be more private to have this thing?
Um,
Like, for example, a
Mind logic.
drainage area that we could drive into.
Give me a mind logic or community. Sorry, logic, mind, or community. Difficulty 1.
Okay, it wouldn't matter which one I roll with. Ow. That was my head.
I understand that feeling.
Overhead mic that I'm not used to. With some sharp bits on it.
Want me to help you with that?
Yes, that'd be a good idea because I just get a flat 2d8.
And I'm going to spin another focus to roll that too. But thankfully I have a boom for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made it.
Ah, fuck.
Oh
If
no.
Sabrina knows anywhere, this would be a great time to pipe up.
Does
I
Haven't
anyone?
the
know.
foggiest, guys. Haven't the foggiest.
I don't even know where you are exactly.
Can I use my background feature to, like, jerry rig finding a good spot for it?
Wait, what about the warehouse district? There
That
shit
was a
ton of-
sentence. So you guys would know there's the abandoned warehouses, but that's very close to the Deep Bite territory. Near the complex, near Riversong's complex, there's a lot of open, like not fields, but riverside paths that aren't very often frequented. Only the odd runner every now and then. There would also be the city parks. The biggest one closest to you is only a couple of blocks away. It's still kind of public, but it's open and it's open.
I was going to suggest putting it underwater, then I realized we just have an environmental disaster at the same time.
Just make sure you get a sample of it if I'm not there in time.
I don't think we'll have a problem with it, with there being a sample available.
Yeah, I'm going to use that.
Yes.
What?
We
I'm
only need
panicking.
temporary. We just need to get somewhere.
Yeah. Excuse me. Sorry. The riverside paths are, as I said, mostly private for the best part. There will be the chance of a runner going past, but it's not in the public. It's in an open space.
This is going so far pear-shaped. It's not even
Yeah,
funny.
and then maybe some random angle fire would just think is, oh, it's a ball, and start kicking it into a public space and it explodes.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh,
What did you guys do while I was gone?
hey kids, want a game of footy?
Wide swath of people and random fauna that are and flora that are just dead. River running pink. Every environmental service coming down on us. We're just sitting there in the field with our hands over our faces.
Wait. Slatter. See if Slatter can help.
You
That's
sure he
an
wants to?
idea.
Um,
It's a better
And
idea than we currently have.
how much worse can it get?
Exactly.
That's a very dangerous statement to make.
Do I have what I think I do in my inventory? I do. I have tools. I am going to apply even more duct tape to the situation to help
God.
locally stabilize it a little bit. So now we have an enormous ball of duct tape on the roof.
Can you give me a engineering or sabotage roll?
all right.
Difficulty
I'll do that.
1.
Yes, that's a good idea.
I wait with bated breath.
That'll do.
Yep, so you avoid popping the balloon as you apply even more duct tape to it.
My recommendation, Slatter likes this. Get this to Slatter. He may have a better idea of what this shit might be, considering his bio.
So, as quickly as I can legally do so without arousing as much or too much suspicion of the ball of duct tape on the roof of the car.
So are you guys just going straight to Slatter?
You may want to call ahead.
Yes, we're calling him on the way to let him know the gate should be open when we get there, as well as a very, very secure clean room.
He questions it at first, but he understands. And like he said, he did say he would help, so he will help.
Yes.
We may have a very interesting TTI sample for you, Slatter.
Oh, lovely.
See,
just make sure there's a safe place to store it that nobody can inhale something from it.
Just unwrap this.
I recommend poking it with something first, from a very large distance.
So, Serana wasn't with you last time, so, yeah, as you...
She's like, who the hell is Slatter?
As you pushed the speed limit, for lack of a better term,
they'll ignore it if it's only 10 kilometers over.
as you like sort of briskly drive down the roads, the roads turn from built up cities into residential housing, then into like farmlands, and eventually it's like rolling countryside, and you turn up to a familiar sight of these large cast iron fencing around this preserve. The gate is already open, and the feline cog is waiting for you already. And he waves you in with the most bemused, puzzled look of the duct-taped balloon that's now on the roof of your car. Whoever's sort of driving, could people give me a perception check quick?
Shall?
Difficulty 1. I'm not going to make this super hard.
Perception check? Which one? Mind your body.
So perception is your body perceive. Was it body?
No, it depends. It depends on the situation. If it's something like hacking and code, it's different.
This is a visual thing. This is a visual thing. So body perceive plus your exert.
Okay. So
everyone that's not me, roll it.
plus 3.
Okay,
I got it.
Got it.
My perceive is 1.
We got it. Aaron got it.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Aaron, you notice the balloon is now starting to leak the pink gas very faintly.
Okay, we're still outdoors with it.
As you see Slatter waiting for you as this car comes down his drive.
Trailing pink.
All I've been advising Slatter on my own toggle, ask like, hey, we got something that's incoming. Do you have a bulk elevator or one of those easily accessible cages that you have some of the bioprobes in that they can just drive this thing into?
As you are approaching, he points to the west wing of his house, and there is a very large hangar with its door open ready.
Into the hangar I go with a little less care than I probably should put into it.
So yeah, you almost like knock the door as you go past, but like this is this hangar is designed to keep large aircraft. So your car, it's the size of a football field basically, and
Yeah.
your car is the only thing in it.
Might I recommend we have our masks on?
Park it, roll that shit off, and get out of there.
We're just giving some millionaire a chemical weapon.
Wait, it's only duct taped on the roof of the car, yes?
Yes.
I am going to enthusiastically enter the garage and slam the brakes to get it to come off the roof of the car, put it in reverse, and leave the hangar.
Can I get a body pilot check for that?
What difficulty?
Difficulty 1.
Okay.
I just want to see how comical this is.
I will bump that up.
Oh no. Okay, good idea.
So, as you slam on the brakes, you hear the tearing of the duct tape, and this balloon just flops onto the windshield. And as you start reversing, it's not coming off. And at the last moment, the last bit of duct tape gives, and it just bounces back into the warehouse. Into the hangar, sorry.
Oh dear.
You just see Sladder turn up next to you, with like a proper full-on gas mask on his face. It looks ancient.
Oh my god! One of those like World War One type of gas masks.
Yes, one of those whole head gas masks.
Does it have a separate little filter box on his tummy?
Yes.
Nice.
Like, you can tell some parts have been upgraded to fit with modern day, but it's been designed to look like a World War One gas mask.
As soon as I roll up at it from a separate vehicle, I just see him just like, well, I prefer the plate doctor look myself, but that'll.
It took a pretty penny to get hold of.
Meanwhile, the poor horse who has been very stressed out about this thing exploding on the roof of his car potentially is just sitting there in the parked car outside the hangar, slumped over the wheel with his head in his hands.
So, what was that?
Well, Slatter, do you know of any pink chemical that TTI that specializes in making that could cause somebody upon contact to immediately start coughing up blood?
Not off the top of my head, but that sounds... No.
Show him the icon thing.
Also, it came from Victor Square's building, possibly. Maybe.
Okay.
Can't confirm,
Might
can't
as well
confirm.
It had this
Might as
picture on
well
it
let
of the
him
square with a snack. I'll show him this snack square.
He has this look of... Like, I really hope that's not what I think he's messing with. Pink, blood. I hope he's not messing with fucking whispers.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I hope
What?
I'm wrong.
Wait. Hold on. Quick thing we need to confirm. I need you to confirm right now. Do people exposed to this do they turn into whispers?
I don't know, but I have heard of people messing around with the idea of airborne whisper contamination. It's not something the company likes to do, In fact, they shut it down wherever they can find it.
Why would anyone want to do that?
We might own River Song an apology when we get back.
What about
Terrifying.
Mike?
It's a pretty terrifying bioweapon that I'm pretty sure
Wait,
people feel quite
wait,
highly.
hold on. Guys, didn't you say there's somebody that got exposed to this?
Yes,
Mike.
the scientist at River Song's building.
Call Riversong right the fuck now.
I'm leaving this to you. I've had
Yeah.
enough stress.
Hold on, Slatter. What is this? What exactly are we dealing with?
Well, if it's a pink gas, I've seen it once before where they used basically dead whispers. They dried them and crushed them into a powder. I
Little
don't
black ball emitting pink gas.
I don't really know the procedure. I try to keep my distance from anything to do with the red blighters.
Okay, context
Doesn't
to
everybody?
be given. We took this off some guy that exchanged it from. What was that massive croc's name? Jerome?
Jerome.
So, Kyle, that bird that was at the murder scene, was carrying a backpack full of this stuff. Was given to him presumably by a massive crocodile called Jerome. Does that ring any bells? Or why Victor Squares would be part of this, and what they may try to be mixing this with?
The Jerome. Oh, I've heard that name many a times. That used to be Victor's right-hand man until they had a bit of a falling out. Why are they doing business now? I don't like the way this is going.
Kyle.
Seems to be with the deep bites now.
What's this about Kyle?
So Kyle took a briefcase, we don't know of what, delivered it to Jerome, and walked out of that building with a backpack full of this. This 3 containers of this pink stuff.
He takes a moment, looks into his hangar that is now filling with this pink gas, and looks back to you. Maybe it's not as bad as we think it is. I mean, it sounds pretty bad, but surely anyone in their right mind wouldn't be dealing with whispers.
We're not sure they're in the right mind, quite frankly.
And I don't think that somebody would just give some random lackey something that could cause a whisper outbreak. If they were, my guess is they're going to have something like that, you would have it much more
Okay.
protected.
There was talk about a mixing agent, right?
Yes.
We do also. I'll show them the 2 vials as well. The pictures.
This, maybe the 3 of them together make the whisperification agent, and this gas is just meant to distribute it.
Do you have the vials on you, or do you just show him the pictures?
I'll just show them the pictures. They're in
I
the
think we
box
have
with
the-
whatever that is.
Yeah, we have the vials there, but we'll show them the pictures.
I really hope they didn't break when I just threw them off the car.
Well, you just threw the massive thing. You didn't throw all 3 canisters. You still have the other 2, correct?
Yeah, only one of them
yeah.
got
They were
opened.
in the box with it, weren't they?
So there were 3 of these boxes, and only one box got opened that had all the nasties in it.
We only opened one box and it had all 3 in it.
And also, did they break? Making notes for later.
Great, now we have Schrodinger's bomb.
I don't think we ever dropped off the vials anywhere, did we?
They were in the box that just rolled off the roof of the car in a big balloon of duct tape.
Oh god.
But you still got the unopened boxes in your trunk, correct?
Yes, we have 2 unopened boxes in the trunk of the car.
So yeah, he looks at the pictures, he looks at the colorings, and sort of, oh, okay, maybe. He points to the pearlescent coloured one, and he says, "That one is used to stabilize bioprobes. It's almost like a tranquilizer that only works on them." No idea what that black one is. That purple one is, sorry.
So some kind of placating agent and something made from crushed up whispers.
Lovely,
What the actual fuck?
right?
Victor, you're playing a very dangerous game.
What exactly do you think he's trying to do with all this?
Maybe
I
he
mean,
was. He's at
there's,
that.
a, there's
Sorry.
about to be a big gathering of people. This.
Oh yes,
Now,
there
why
is
would he
the
gave him?
expo center.
Yeah, exactly. This. If someone were potentially attempting to sell some sort of bioweapon and wanted a good demonstration of just how effective it could be,
Oh, great. But what does this all have to do with... What? Oh, wait. What does this all have to do, though, with the... My only guess is that it's possible that the Deep Bite gang member was trying to get it out, and Kyle was sent in to silence him.
Silence him. How?
Um, by dying.
Why, he planned to just drop this bioweapon down at his place to kill him?
No, he might have been trying to squeal at, or blow the whistle. I don't know. Do we know, Slatter? Do you know anybody else that might be more of a subject matter expert that we could go to on this?
Not on this planet, I don't think. Oh, you have to go to TTI directly.
Well, we probably don't have the money to get on a Lumen ship. So that...
Tell you what. I said I'd help you, and I will. Let me look into this. I will try and get hold of someone to sample what this is. In the meantime, go and make sure the fellow who got briefed this in, make sure he's okay. If he's not, if he's deteriorating, get everyone out of there. No risks.
Alright.
Alright.
Sure, he's in a well-contained room.
Yes. I'll make that call to River Song.
Yes, please do.
I wasn't there when it originally happened. Oh, this should be fun. Well, I'm gonna call ahead and dial up River Song on my...
And she picks up. Hello, Riversong here. Oh, yes. How did it go?
We discovered something concerning with regards to what your scientist, I believe Mike was his name, correct?
Yes, I heard he'd been taking into A&E. What exactly happened down there?
So we believe he might have been possibly exposed to a biological agent. He needs to be put in isolation and into a solidly contained room. It's probably nothing, but we don't want to rule out the possibility from what we found. and it would be better to say in person rather than over an unsecured line what may be running.
I, I, okay. Sure. Yeah, I'll get right on that.
What is his status, by the way? How's he been doing? Is
He's.
he all right?
They've stopped the internal bleeding, but he's still in a critical condition.
Can you have one of your techs there draw a blood sample for me and start analyzing it while I'm on the way?
Yeah, sure. I'm sure the doctors have done that already, but yeah, I'll get someone right on that. When you say solitary, does he need like his own cubicle or
Armored cubicle.
armored?
Whatever the most contained and lockable solution you have is.
Your highest possible containment unit. Something that you would store a monster in from one of your competitions would work well.
A freight container?
You might want something a little thicker than that.
I will.
Thicker.
I think I know the place. Alright. You on route now?
Yes, I'll be en route to your office. My companions are going to be staying. Well, most of them will be staying at another location. But I'll be on my way to help out with Mike. Anyways, with that, I'm going to go ahead and hang up. I'm going to... Marin, here's these 2 data cards for... were they ID?
They just have the the name. Oh, let's see, have I given it a name yet? Just has the name Victor Industries written on them, and it's like a swipe card.
Oh.
It's not an ID badge.
Okay. Marin, can you see if you can duplicate these? One for each person in the team? We may need these later.
I'll get on that.
And lastly, can someone run Saruna, can you run fingerprints on this? With that, I'm going to take out the weapon that I found.
He pulls out a surefire pistol.
This was in the glove box in Kyle's vehicle.
I don't think I've got any gloves on me.
It's in a plastic bag.
Oh, it's in the plastic bag already. Okay, we're fine.
Yeah.
At least
or find out who...
Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, or find out who it's ID locked to if you can't get anything off it. Marin may be able to help you with that.
Okay, we'll give it a try. I think probably the ID lock is going to give us more information more quickly.
Yeah, if you've got the tools, you can do a quick logic to find out who it's ID'd to.
Alright.
Logic mind.
Even better.
In the meantime, Arian's going to be using a cleaning agent of, like, Goo Gone or something to remove the duct tape from the roof of his car, and possibly some of the paint.
Bleach.
Now,
definitely bleach.
It's alright, when we get paid, we'll get it resprayed, it's fine.
Oh, you guys are rolling on fire today.
Yeah.
You actually find out it's not ID'd to anyone.
Oh.
Yeah, anonymous one.
Or
that's interesting.
It has an ID, which is to an Andrew Merricks, but like the name is clear, like the address and everything on it is clearly fake, like unless there's an actual 123 fake street, and
Freaking genius.
there's no like fingerprint
No-
identification on it at all.
No actual biometric lock, just
No.
a register that's clearly fake. Okay. Okay, how
Go
will we
on,
go about
anyway.
running print?
Sorry.
If we want to try and run prints, how would we go about?
You would probably, well, do you have the equipment to run prints?
I don't know, but someone suggested it, so I wanted to know if anyone does.
Send a picture of it to Griff.
Yes, because I bet he would love that.
A picture isn't going to do a huge amount of good. All right, that's probably out of the question then.
Actually, roll to see if Arian would know about this. Would difficulty 2 be alright for this?
Yeah, I'm happy to let you do that, yeah.
I'll say logic, but I don't have it in that. No, he has no idea how to lift a fingerprint. It was an off chance.
Oh well, free gun.
You would know that the police would have the equipment to lift the prints. It's just convincing them why you need to lift prints.
We
And
have way
getting
too
this-
many questions we need to not be
Yeah,
asked.
that's going to lead to too many questions. We're not doing that.
Would
Let me
no
s-
would Voltaic Secure not have a specialist that would be able to list prints as a security company?
Griff might know.
Or someone who could, Griff would probably know, or at least know somebody who could instruct us on how to do it with what we have on hand at Slatter's place.
Is it possible to try sprinkling it with a powder and then use some kind of like sticky tape to lift the prints off that way?
What, flour and sellotape?
Yes.
That is actually one way to do it. I was just rolling to see if
Yeah.
Liam would actually think of that.
Well,
Just because we know it doesn't mean our characters do.
Exactly.
Also, I don't quite know.
And
how
I have a fault in protocol, so.
I don't know how
I rolled a 1.
how easily picked up vector fingerprints are going to be.
Well,
Oh
they'd
yeah, fur.
they'd have finger
Fur.
beads.
yeah,
Yeah,
they would
but
have
I think-
fingerprints, but yeah, fur and scales and feathers would distort
be-
it to a
they're gonna-
degree.
Yeah, you're going to probably get a lot that are like smudged up stuff there.
Well, you get that anyway.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying it's probably going to be lower success rate.
Yeah, that's probably a bust.
I mean,
Actually,
if
that's another question. Is
Even-
there any fur or feather or anything like that stuck to it?
it's relatively in good shape, you reckon it's probably very new. It's definitely got the signs of it has seen use. There's a bit of discoloration and blemishing on the muzzle.
Okay.
So, like, it's not been used recently, but it has been used at some point.
Alright then.
One thing, if you're checking it over, it does currently have its mag in.
Okay, so it is loaded.
Yeah, safety is on, but it is loaded.
What kind of ammo?
Just your standard rounds.
How many rounds are still in the magazine?
This
many
one
do
is
you carry?
full.
Oh.
Okay, it's full.
Also, the other thing is, even if you lifted the fingerprints, you've got no real way of running them through a database.
Right.
Again, you would have
You
to
have
go
to
to
go
the
to the police
police.
for that.
By the way, I'm no longer there. I'm on my way to River Song. I'm gonna call them quickly and talk. It's like, hey, just make sure there's nothing, moving in the garage every once.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. I'll set up one of my widgets on the inside of the garage door.
How are you gonna do that without opening it?
Well, I never said we weren't opening it. The garage is supposed to be vented, but I'm going to take a peek in and then stick a widget on there to let me know if anything else happens.
Yeah, like the door wasn't shut, but I mean it's a massive hangar, and it's got its own fans on the side. So, but you can see that it's this giant. It's almost like a beach ball now, but it's leaking this pink gas everywhere. Unlike in your car, it's dissipating enough for it to. You can see there is the gas there, but you can still see it.
Yeah.
Can somebody get a sample of that for me?
Not it.
And the room goes silent.
Don't everyone jump at once.
Not it.
Don't worry, you have the World War One mask with you to protect.
God.
How would you go about getting a sample of the gas?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Just like poke a hole in it and then like stick a bottle in front of it so it sprays in and then cork it.
I mean, wasn't the thing already leaking?
Probably from several places.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just close to popping. I didn't realize
It is letting some of the pink gas seep out of it, which is slowly filling up the warehouse. But the ball is still expanding, so it's trapping more than it's releasing.
Can we find a 39.5-foot pole and just tape a knife to the end?
I mean, you can always just shoot it.
I was hoping to not have
that
fire.
seems like a bad idea.
And if they haven't already broken, a knife is less likely to break the. I suppose I'd be shooting a steel box inside it.
Mm.
All right. Well, I guess I'll shoot it. It's an inanimate object, so I have to hit 8.
You're gonna shoot. You're gonna scuff up Slaughter's wall.
Yes, I will ask Slider permission before I do this.
If
You
you,
sure about this?
I iterate, how are you going to gather a sample once you've ruptured the balloon?
Well, it's still leaking out of the box through the lid. I just don't want the balloon to explode in my face while I'm trying to collect the sample from it.
That's fair. Okay.
And it's going to have one hole that's jetting pretty good.
Oh,
Possibly 2.
so what type of weapon are you using? Just a
I've
handgun
just got a pistol.
and standard ammo?
Yes, it does have precise.
Just need to make sure in case you're using any of the fancier ammos.
I am not using fancy rounds. I'm just using regular ammunition.
Purge wave it. See what happens.
Oh dear God, no! TTI, you don't purge wave TTI stuff.
Poison gas. What can be made worse? Mustard gas added in.
Pretty much.
No, it's not mustard. It's very much you just also added in a flashbang.
Yeah. That thing is really short range. guys real quick. Or the roll.
What is it you're trying to find out?
Allows you to take greater control over how well you hit versus how much damage you do when firing precisely. You can do your third action to simplify your range attack. So yes, I will surrender my third action, simplify my ranged attack.
So difficulty 1 versus 8.
I hit!
Barely.
Very much barely, but I hit!
How did you almost miss a beach ball at 50 feet? It's not even moving.
Look,
So-
I'm not a marksman, okay?
You shoot it, and it starts this ball of duct tape starts spinning rapidly as all the gas is vented, and the hangar starts filling rapidly with this gas, and some of it is actually starting to now reach the doors where you are at, and it's sort of like it's a heavy gas, so it's all like drifting down on the floor, like round past your ankles.
Oh, lovely.
Any
I
open,
climb up on top of the car.
any like exposed flesh, it doesn't seem to care much about. It seems to only react if inhaled.
I am still going to be standing on top of the car. He is taking no risks with whispers.
But again, that very sickly sweet candy floss smell hits your noses, even through your masks.
That's
If-
worrying.
So, fun fact, if you smell something through a mask, that means the mask isn't working.
Yeah, exactly.
Actually.
I'm making a run for it.
Get out of here.
Move.
Yep, so is Arian.
Yes, Lado
Why
will backpedal a bit.
Can I take a second? Can I save my focus points to recharge?
Sorry?
But with the my what's it called?
Your relaxing cab ride?
No, well, yes, both of my relaxing cab rides, and the fact that I have work ethic allows me to recharge my focus points once every 12 hours with just an hour-long rest instead of a full night.
Yeah, sure. It's been long enough.
And let's see. I also now know it's apparently smells like cotton candy.
Yeah, think like it smells like sugar-coated cotton candy.
Oh, yep, I got it.
You very much know.
So the pink gas is a reactant agency that's bonds. It bonds biomaterials together when it reacts with moisture, and the very sweet smell you can smell is not the deadly part of the gas. It's a agent that helps the bonding chemicals stay airborne.
Oh, so he may
Okay.
have just fused his lungs together. That's lovely.
Do I know anything else about it?
Uh,
What it does? Considering I just double credited that.
so the as I said, the gas it bonds biomaterials together, also makes them more pliable for additional chemicals to mix and react with them, which would explain the other two vials.
Can I try and roll to see what those two might be, if I might know that?
Well, Slatter already told you that the pearly coloured one is a sedative that works on
Whispers.
Bioprobes.
bioprobes and whispers to a lesser extent, not as well, but it does work on them. You can try with the because you critted so much. The darker one, is it's more of an adrenaline it's a type of drug that sends your adrenaline system into overdrive, basically, to pump the blood to ridiculous levels around your body.
So, on one hand, we have a stimulant, the other hand, we have a sedative. Between the two of them is some kind of reactive agent for biomaterial.
So
What did the pink thing have to do with whispers?
So the pink chemical is a chemical that bonds the biomaterials together. Slatter said he suspected it's made from whispers, basically.
Does the material have a name?
Not to the public, no.
Okay. But do I know beyond like what it would do to a person, or is that should I roll medicine?
So you can make a guess that if someone inhaled enough of this stuff, just the airborne gases and the bonding agent, it would fuse their esophagus, nose, mouth, lungs as one clump, basically, if they inhaled enough of it.
That would suffocate them.
So it's like meat glue, but for anything.
we should probably let Riversong know this so that they can treat Mike properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's partially why I'm on the way already.
We may have accidentally glued his lungs together. Let's just he may need a rebreather of some sort to cycle his blood.
By this point, would I have arrived at her location?
Yeah, you would probably be pulling up at this point. You also suspect that the other two materials may aid. One may slow down the bonding process, and the other one
That's
may
probably
pump.
the sedative.
Yeah, and one may aid the spread of the process.
Unfortunately, I didn't take one of the boxes with me.
If a clever person put two and two together, you think if someone was exposed to a large dose of all these chemicals, they may turn into just a solid clump of meat.
Yeah, that's kind of where I thought this was going. Okay. I'm gonna, as soon as I kind of put two and two together, I'm gonna call and have either Bryn or one of you three. Can one of you drive down one of the other boxes? Or is it something that with enough medical expertise we can kind of save his lungs?
Potentially, or you could help. They would know what that needs to come out and what replacements need to go in.
Alright, yeah, I'll try and do that with the doctors there.
Yeah, it's probably safer than opening another box.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I arrive at Riversong's location.
Yeah, and she is waiting for you at the car park. looking very alarmed because of the tone of the message.
Alright. As I walk up to River Song, I'm going to start explaining very urgently. So, what he got exposed to, it was not nearly as bad as we thought, but his life is still in danger. What the agent that he got dosed with, it basically, it's an organic kind of glue. Once it's exposed to organic material, it just starts bonding flesh together. We could slow it down and then cut away the appropriate parts and separate it from the rest of his bloodstream. We should be able to get him through that.
She nods in agreement and leads you into what's effectively an underground bunker. And behind several feet of solid concrete, reinforced concrete, there is Mike in a rebreather, led on top of a desk, with 2 doctors caring for him.
If you don't mind, I would like to be in the operating theater to help them. So I've seen firsthand what we're dealing with.
They both look at you for a split second, like, we've just got him down there. But yeah, they will help you. Well, they will help move him into an operating theatre immediately. Are you going to be making the operation, or are you just walking them through it?
With the assistance of the other doctors, yes.
Can I get a mind medicine check? I'm going to say difficulty
Yes, you can.
3 on this one.
Matching difficulty is D10 plus D8.
Or
D8 plus D8.
2d8.
Matching is D8, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna re-roll those.
Either that or you're going to end up being the assistant.
Yeah. Oh no! Which roll was that you re-rolled?
That was I just re-rolled 1d8. I re-rolled the 2. So I'm gonna use my second focus point to re-roll that again.
So you need an 8?
Yep.
So I need a 6.
8 on the 4.
No. So I kept the 4.
You can't re-roll that die that you've already re-rolled.
Yeah, you've got to re-roll the 4 now.
Oh, 1 point short.
17.
And you can use the third point to bump it up by 1.
Yep.
So it's very touch and go, but you've managed to cut out the bonded material. And upon looking at this, it is this chunk. It's like chunklets of meat and lining and blood that's all just congealed into this solid block. It'll take him a very long time to recover from this, but you just saved a man's life.
I am exhausted from this endeavor. As soon as I exit the operating theater, I just look at Rube Song as like, I know a local expert that knows more about this than I found out. If you don't mind, I'm going to take that sample in there and get it off your hands. I don't know how this relates to murder at your event, but it does, and we're not going to stop until we find out what's going on.
Yeah. She agrees, and I forgot to state that this chunklet was the size of your head.
Joyous.
That's a lot of material to remove from someone.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was kind of overweight.
Yeah, but I don't think it was necessarily mostly fat.
I mean, there is the signs of what you could assume is fat. Some parts of it is paler than others. But yeah, he's currently got a large part of his chest missing. He's alive, but he's missing about 50% of his chest.
Well, as long as we can put it back, or put something back in its place that will work as that.
We live in an era of pretty good medicine.
Exactly.
Fine,
Yeah,
we'll survive.
they'll just grow him a new torso overnight. It'll be fine.
It won't be fine for his wallet, but
Or maybe replace his torso with cybernetics.
Alright.
Robo
I'm gonna
scientist.
go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and call the team and select it. And start ringing them on the. Alright. So I just operate, and there's about a bowling ball-sized tumor that I have that I'm gonna be bringing back. So I'm gonna take a picture of it and send it to you all. Show this to Slatter. See what he knows about this, because this is some weird, freaky bullshit.
Yeah. Perhaps contain that somewhere and get someone else to look at it.
That's why I'm bringing it to Slatter, because he seems to be the only person that we know of who has any idea what we're dealing with.
Yeah, he does have a point. Plus, he's
And
probably the only one that can accept it without questions.
And we'll probably have connections that can help us as well, discreetly.
And he is a fan of TTI stuff, anyways.
Exactly.
I'll just put that on the pedestal. Modern times.
River Song, do you have some kind of biocontainment box I could use?
Not really. Closest I can offer to you is a plastic box with a lid.
I'll take the Tupperware container.
That will do.
Yeah, they
cover it in caution tape.
they load it in there. They cover it in caution tape. They at least get some like paint and block it out so no one can see into it. So it's just a black box with hazard tape all over it and a biohazard sign stamped on the top.
More than once.
It looks like a 4-year-old had a field day with the biohazard print. Some of it is like missed the lid partly.
And I assume this will have taken several hours, so you guys get to do your fun part next at the back at these.
So yeah, what are you guys doing whilst he was doing that?
What would I be doing?
Taking a breather from the sounds of it.
Yeah. I was actually. Now that I mention it, I really should get a wireless hacking equipment.
Yeah,
How
it
much
might
do
be a
they
good-
cost?
I think the cheapest one, which is a side dome, costs about 1,000.
Oof.
But other than that, there's also surgery that's I have to get that involves like 2 surgeries that total to 120. I mean 1,200.
1020.
The CNS and the wireless hub augmented.
And ideally go with a voice with that so you have something to protect your head in the process.
Protection, smection. You don't
Hey,
need all
Don't want your head
that.
being hacked.
you don't get anywhere by not taking risks.
And if you want, Hey, actually, question: can I do this, Fabled? Can
Mm.
I Can I, for a discount on their end, do the operations for them?
If he trusts you enough to do the operation on him.
To
I
be
did
honest,
just.
this is gonna be the first time I've ever been operated on because, well, since I was raised by cogs, they've always been a bit hesitant on uh, about augmentations and stuff like that because they were afraid that if I went through that, I would turn into a monster. But I've always was looking forward to that. I trust
Are
you.
you grotto raised,
No,
Egnar?
I'm not grotto raised. I was raised by cogs.
I was.
Yeah, Egna. The don't you get the 50% discount for the grotto thing?
Yes, I do. But that's. I'm saying like all. I was asking Fabled if by rules like I could perform the surgery for you guys at a discounted price.
Yeah, I would say probably if the price also includes labour, I'd say probably knock 20% off of it if you're doing the surgery yourself. Because you still need to get hold of the implants and things.
We'll discuss that more
Yeah.
later. We'll
Yeah.
discuss that more later because I don't want to break the game.
Plus, I would probably need two surgeries to get hacking if we're going that way.
Yeah, but you just need to buy the equipment. You just throw it all in one shot.
Yeah,
It would count as two surgeries, but it's only really one actually happening.
that's true.
Because let's be fair, why would why would he close you up and then open you up again to do it again?
Like maybe the surgeons say a break and say, "Okay, my shift is done. Come back tomorrow."
Halfway through doing it, a watch goes off. Ooh, lunchtime.
Yes.
They just leave you open on the table.
One guy just puts a jacket potato right next to you and just starts eating.
I mean, I didn't actually think about it like that before. Like, say someone was going to get multiple parts of the void core and multiple of those for certain augmentations put in. Makes more sense to do them all.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just to ask more money. I don't know.
Anyways,
But yeah,
were y'all just
if you guys are just chilling, like the Slatter wouldn't mind. Like he's got ample space. He can get, and he's got his. So I say servants. I think that's not the correct term, but he's got people who are willing to go get you stuff to eat and drink.
Hired help.
That's probably better.
Service
Yeah,
staff.
service staff. That's a better term.
All right.
profusely thank the man? He's being very kind to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Everyone else would have asked so many questions, then it would probably just be freaked out.
you are forgetting you're dealing with a man who deals with TTI, so it's a lot of it is
Yeah.
don't ask about it. Maybe it won't.
This is true.
So how I'd just say probably if like 3-4 hours go by before you return with the tumor in a box.
I would say more considering like this that like considering the complication of the surgery. Let's try and keep this be somewhat realistic. That would take a while. It's like,
Yeah.
6, 7, maybe even 8 hours.
yep. And thank goodness I have the tireless reclamation.
Yeah, and just to make sure it's still good, they filled the box up with ice.
All right,
Perfect.
so I'm gonna call them to let them know I'm near the destination and coming on. Upon arriving to the doorway, where everyone I assume just gathered to see what the hell I just brought back, I step out of the car and While I'm gathering everyone, take my claw, rip through the hazard tape, and open the lid.
And there it is, sat in. Some of the ice is melted, but a lot of it's still there. Is this head-sized chunk of tumour?
Oh my god!
You guys do not want to know how much of a pain in the ass that was to get out of him.
If you look hard enough, you can see where the lungs are.
Arian's going to look at it for just about a moment, say nope, and turn around.
Is
How much is
Slatter
the-
around?
He's about. He's in his office at the moment, but his door's always open.
I'm gonna knock on his door and ask him, like, hey, I just got back from surgery. Can you come take a look at this and see if you've seen anything like it?
Do you bring it to him, or
No,
We're going to probably leave it in a secure area.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave.
In case this starts venting the pink gas.
Oh, I wish I thought of that.
You know, Liam at this point is paranoid about becoming whisperfied.
This won't whisperify you. This will just cause this to happen to your insides.
Dead, he doesn't want that either.
Yeah, Slater has a look at it, and he sort of breathes I would say a sigh of relief, but it's still pretty horrifying that that's what it does to your insides. But at least it doesn't turn you into a whisper.
So what?
Sorry.
Yeah, I would just ask Slayer. So, like, what is the practical application of this?
He well, it was originally designed to stop rogue bioprobes, but to get it working on vectors, that's troubling.
Does that mean someone's intentionally engineered it to work with effector biology?
Going off of the evidence at hand, I would most definitely say so.
Well, that's terrifying.
Alright, then I'm gonna have to ask you to speculate a little bit more. Why would Vector Squared be interested in this?
I knew he had some shady dealings, but I was unaware he was a terrorist. His dealings are shady, but no, he's never done anything terror related. Even his son is, while a handful, has never done anything on that scale.
Liam's just going to crack the joke. Maybe he wanted it for his son.
So, if this was meant to euthanize a bioprobe, what were the other two agents used? The other two agents were to calm it down a bioprobe and make them more active?
It's meant to circulate the bloodstream, so the infected blood and tissue circulates through the body, effectively turning the entire body into that.
Oh, so that accelerants just to make the chemical reaction work faster.
Yes and no. The stimulant is to propel the infected tissue around the body, and the sedative is actually to slow how fast it infects the body, so it gives it chance to get to everywhere.
So rather than just fusing their lungs together, it gets into their bloodstream, travels around the body, and then jellifies them.
Yep. Brain, heart, lungs, eyes, toes, the whole lot.
How
That's
very
not
pleasant.
better.
Sorry?
That's not better.
I think we need to do a little more research into what bioprobes Squares has been making.
It's kind of alarming. Like, it's a very last resort thing to use this on a bioprobe, to have it engineered to work on people. I fear this may have to go to people of authority who have the power to deal with this. This cannot be allowed to just roam around the streets.
Yep, we're then gonna have to explain how we got this or where we got it from.
You didn't kill anyone to get hold of this, did you?
No, he's alive and well. I made sure of that.
Okay then. I'm sure that'll be a lot lighter sentence.
Yeah, no, Kyle was the one carrying this after he met with Jerome. So
That drone. The name keeps popping up. I've only seen him once before, but he wasn't big. Crocodile, you said? Right?
yes,
Yes.
The only one I knew of by that species and name was a micro. And now you're saying
oh,
he's twice the size of a person?
He was when I saw him.
I really want to know what the hell Vector's doing with.
oh, what do you know about a Daryl? Is he apparently Kyle's brother?
Kyle's
If you
brother.
know,
I only know him by name. I know he's a brother. I've seen him once or twice with Victor Squares. Hangs around with Victor's son a lot, though.
Are we sure it's Victor that's in on this and not his son? Because his son would probably be near where he is.
That I could not possibly tell you.
But his son strikes me as someone who might try something horrible.
this has the stink of a cover up. They're trying to get rid of something.
Could be.
Mm.
Whatever it is, it's messy.
I mean, I'm guessing if they manage to like give it to some gangs or something, then they can uh, s- they can just claim that they had no part of it or something. I don't know.
Well, no. That's just the thing. They're not giving it to the gangs. The gang
Oh,
gave it to them.
oh, shoot!
Yeah.
Right.
Wait, the Deep Bite gang members had this in their possession. So why would the Deep Bite gang have access to these kinds of chemicals?
Well, they held up in the old warehouses, don't they? I'm sure there's plenty
Yeah.
of forgotten stock around there. Although it's kind of alarming that this sort of thing is just left lying around.
Hmm.
Unless they have the know-how and Victor has the materials.
Would Jerome have the know-how?
He never struck me as an intelligent lad, but looks can be deceiving.
I think we need to go back to the warehouse district.
Alright, let's head over there.
Tell you what, sleep on it. Let me go over my files, get my men on it, and I will let you all know in the morning. Stay here. The house is yours.
Thank you
It's
so
very
much.
great. It's very gracious of you, Mr. Slatter.
Yes, thank you very much.
And I think we're going to end it there because that is now 8 o'clock.
Yep.
So,
Awesome.
what is the plan for next time you guys are going to the warehouses?
Now, I think one of us actually got a peek inside the warehouse, right?
Yep. And Marin did, if I remember correctly.
No, I was the one that was following Kevin
Right.
to his guys.
Yeah, who was the one who actually poked their head in again? I forget.
That was Arion. Or Arion.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's the one who poked his head in and just saw the small army's worth of D-bites
Yes.
and promptly noped out of there.
As was
Well,
probably the wise decision.
this should be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
However, evidence is mounting up and you are getting some solid leads now. So, does Sunday sound good for people?
This
Oh
Sunday?
no, yeah, you said you were away, Luna, didn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to Maryland.
Oh, you're going to be just south of me.
You know.
So would you say that we're still in the first arc?
Uh, I would probably say you are finishing the first arc.
So we'll probably finish up the first arc next session.
Yes, that next session
Yeah.
or potentially the session afterwards.
Alright.
I didn't want to make this a super long campaign, but I did want to have some distance on it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to keep this character and the team going. Just we can set them on to different things afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. I have no problem with that.
So,
Cool.
I
Be a storyline to
forgot.
get to with me at some point.
I forgot. Bonus 2 XP for the recap,
Okay.
and the standard XP for the session, which I want to say 10, but I think that's wrong.
15.
15, that's the word.
So 17 total.
Yes. Bryn, if you didn't know, you also got that from the session you weren't here, so you should have 34 XP to spend.
Cool. I'll have to figure my sheet out at some point because it got
And I
wiped
also
after
believe,
that first session at some point.
I also believe you all got 500 credits from River Song last session as well.
Yep.
Cool.
So
Anyway, I'm gonna disappear since we're done, and thanks for the game, guys. See you whenever we end up playing.
yeah, probably see you tomorrow, Bryn, at work.
Oh yeah, see you tomorrow,
Alright.
people, but everyone else, see you when we play.
And we just hit our first landmark.